Imagine being able to bend, walk, and stand unaided at 80. Not because of expensive treatments, but because of small, steady habits. That's what many older people in Japan show us. They don't chase the latest fitness fad. They protect mobility by weaving tiny, reliable movements into every day. Today, I'll share 6 of those daily movements. Practical, no-equipment steps you can begin right now. I promise they're not complicated and they're not time-consuming. Instead, they're built around one idea: preserve the body's natural pattern so mobility doesn't slowly disappear. Science has shown again and again that regular low-intensity activity keeps joints lubricated, balance sharp, and the brain engaged. But the real secret is habit. The habit of doing a little, consistently. Over time, that little compounds into years of independence. In this video, we'll move from the gentlest practice to the one that gives the biggest return on time invested. For each movement, I'll explain why it matters, how to do it safely, and simple progressions for improvement. If you're 60 or older, or caring for someone who is, these steps are designed to be realistic and respectful of limitations. If you're younger, consider these practices as insurance for your mobility in later years. Before we begin, type in the comments where you're watching from and which movement you want to try first. I read messages and respond. Ready? Let's begin with movement 6, the daily step that quietly supports everything else. Movement number 6, grounded steps, a mindful, slow walk practice. Movement 6 is deceptively simple, a slow, mindful walk I call grounded steps. This isn't brisk cardio. It is intentional walking that honors foot mechanics, breathing rhythm, and sensory feedback. The goal is to reconnect every joint in the lower limb to the brain through slow, complete steps. Start with 8 to 12 minutes and add time as you feel comfortable. How to do it? Set a slow pace where conversation feels easy. Place each foot deliberately, heel, arch, toes, and allow the full sole to roll through the step. Keep your gaze forward about 5 to 6 feet ahead to encourage upright posture. Breathe in for 3 steps, pause briefly, then exhale for 4 steps. Find a rhythm that calms you. Why it helps. Slow, controlled steps stimulate proprioceptors in the feet and ankles that improve balance and coordination, and they encourage a fuller use of the hip and knee range of motion. For seniors, this reduces shuffling and shortens the reflex time that causes falls. Progression. Practice on varied, safe surfaces, grass, packed dirt, or even carpet, to subtly challenge stabilizer muscles. Use a walking pole or light cane initially for confidence if needed. Safety tips. Avoid fast or uneven trails at first. Keep a chair or railing within reach. Wear supportive shoes. Do this each morning if possible. Many elders who do a daily intentional walk report steadier knees and better confidence rising from a chair. Remember, consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes daily beats 1 long walk per week. Movement number 5, rise and flow, a short morning mobility sequence. Movement 5 is a compact mobility routine called Rise and Flow, a short sequence designed to be done the moment you get out of bed. It combines gentle spinal rotations, shoulder lifts, and hip openers in a slow, continuous pattern that warms connective tissue. Spend 3 to 5 minutes doing it. Stand or sit at your bedside, inhale and sweep arms overhead, exhale and soften forward into a gentle fold. Roll up slowly. Add slow side bends and small hip circles, then finish with a shallow sit-to-stand repetition or mini-squat. Why this works? Tissues regain pliability shortly after sleep. A short sequence taps into natural hormone cycles to improve circulation and joint lubrication. For seniors, establishing movement immediately in the morning prevents stiffness that often becomes the day's limiting factor. Practical progression. Start with arms only, then add torso rotations, and finally small repeated sit-to-stand motions. If balance is a worry, hold the back of a sturdy chair or stand with your feet hip-width apart. An important habit is timing. Do the routine before breakfast to take advantage of the body's natural responsiveness after rest. This practice also primes the nervous system. The brain remembers the pattern and begins the day with better coordination. Do it slowly, with mindful breath, inhaling slowly, exhaling fully. Don't rush. The intent is restorative movement, not calorie burn. Over weeks, you'll notice easier morning movements, bending, dressing, reaching for objects. Short, regular movement is a powerful preventative medicine. Movement number 4, the low squat pause, reclaiming the deep human squat movement. 4 focuses on regaining the deep squat, what I call the low squat pause. In many cultures, deep squatting remained normal for centuries. Chairs made that posture rare, and over time, people's hips and ankles shortened. The low squat pause restores natural joint range and helps decompress the lower spine. Begin with support. Stand facing a wall, feet shoulder width with toes slightly out. Slowly lower into a comfortable squat, only as low as feels safe, and rest there for 10-30 seconds. If heels lift, use a small rolled towel under them rather than forcing the position. Repeat 3 times throughout the day while brewing tea, waiting for the kettle, or gardening. Why it matters. The squat unloads the spine and actively opens hip joints, increases ankle flexibility, and engages the pelvic floor muscles, all vital for independence. Habitually squatting trains the nervous system to move through full ranges rather than avoid them. Progressions. Work toward longer holds and deeper squats as mobility returns. If descending is hard, practice eccentric lowering with hands on a counter, or perform box squats with light support. Safety notes: avoid sudden drops or deep, painful positions. Stop before pain. If you have knee replacements or surgeon guidance, check with your doctor before progressing. Many seniors who incorporate short, frequent squat pauses report fewer episodes of lower back stiffness and better ease when standing from low chairs. Think of this as functional flexibility. It wins back movements your body was built to perform. Movement number 3. One leg micro balance. Train tiny adjustments. 300 words. Movement 3 is one leg micro balance, a short balance drill that trains thousands of tiny muscle corrections your body makes every second. Balance is not a single muscle, but a continuous teamwork of feet, ankles, eyes, inner ear, and brain. This exercise deliberately improves that network. Start near a kitchen counter or chair for safety. Stand tall, shift your weight to one foot, then lift the other just a few centimeters, enough to feel the center of mass change. Hold for 20-30 seconds, breathe naturally, then switch. Repeat twice per side. As you gain confidence, add small head turns, raise one arm or close your eyes for 5 to 10 seconds. Over time, progress to longer holds and unstable surfaces like a folded towel. Why it helps? Microbalance trains proprioception, the sense of where your body is in space, and improves reaction speed when you stumble. The brain maps the tiny corrections it must make and becomes faster at them, dramatically reducing the chance of a fall. Practical tips: practice while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle. Embedding balance into existing routines creates habit without extra time cost. Safety first. Keep hands close to a support during progressions and never try unstable surfaces without a spotter if you're frail. The payoff is huge. Even modest daily balance work translates into steadier walking, less fear, and more confidence in stepping over thresholds or up curbs. Start tiny, be consistent, and celebrate small improvements. Movement number 2. Floor to stand flow. Retrain getting down and up safely. Movement 2 is floor to stand flow, a progressive approach to practicing transitions to and from the floor. Many mobility losses show up first in the inability to rise from seated positions. Being able to get down and back up from the floor is a strong marker of independence. This flow teaches the sequence slowly and safely. Step 1. Practice lowering to a chair, then to a low stool. Step 2. Practice kneeling with hands on a chair. Step 3. Work towards side sitting on a mat, then onto all fours and finally onto your heels. Reverse the steps to stand. Use a sturdy low table or ottoman for partial support. Repeat the complete transition 2 to 4 times, resting between attempts. Why this is powerful? The motion requires coordination, leg strength, core control, and planning. Essentially a full-body workout disguised as an everyday task. It also activates the prefrontal cortex because it requires sequencing, which keeps the brain agile. Progress slowly. Reduce hand support over weeks as strength improves. If knees are sensitive, pad the floor and move slowly. Safety options. Practice with a family member nearby or under a therapist's guidance if returning from injury. The benefit? Seniors who regularly practice floor transitions preserve the ability to recover from slips and continue independent living. It improves leg power and teaches safe movement patterns that carry into squatting, bending, and stair climbing. Make this a twice-daily habit, one short session in the morning, one in the evening, and you'll find everyday tasks become easier. Movement number 1, core resist and reach, a modern, gentle isometric twist. Movement 1 is the highest return practice, core resist and reach. It's a gentle isometric pattern combining axial rotation, core bracing, and grip engagement, all done with a simple towel or light strap. Start seated or standing. Hold the towel horizontally in front of your chest with both hands shoulder width apart. Create tension by gently pulling outward as if trying to lengthen the towel. While maintaining tension, rotate your torso slowly to the right, hold for 3 seconds, then return to center. Rotate to the left and hold. Repeat 8 to 12 controlled reps. This motion strengthens deep spinal stabilizers, challenges breathing coordination, and recruits small intrinsic muscles of the feet and hands via isometric force transfer. Why it's special? Isometric control trains muscles to support the skeleton without heavy joint loads. Ideal for older bodies with fragile joints. Grip engagement also preserves hand strength, a surprisingly strong predictor of long-term health. Progress by adding a slight hold at end range, increasing reps, or performing the movement seated on an unstable cushion for added balance demand. Safety tips: maintain neutral spine, avoid jerky rotations, and keep breathing steady. This movement doesn't require large ranges. It's about coordinated tension and control. Done daily, core resist and reach enhances posture, steadies gait, and sharpens the brain-body connection. Pair it with mindful breathing and you have a brief, potent session that supports many aspects of functional independence. Build a micro-habit system for life. We've walked through 6 daily movements that together protect strength, balance, flexibility, and brain function. The final step is not another exercise. It is how you make these movements stick. Choose 2 tiny anchors, one morning anchor and one evening anchor. For example, after your morning teeth brushing, do grounded steps for 5 minutes and then rise and flow. After dinner, spend 2 minutes on core resist and reach and 1 minute on one-leg micro-balance. These anchors turn activity from an obligation into a natural rhythm. Track progress in small wins. Time on one leg, number of towel twists, or comfort in deep squats. Celebrate small changes. They compound. Safety matters. Check with your health provider if you have unstable heart conditions or recent surgeries. Modify where needed and use support during progression. Over weeks, increase repetitions before adding time. More reps with perfect control are better than tired, sloppy movement. Finally, think of movement as language. These patterns let your body speak clearly to your nervous system. When practiced daily, they preserve independence, reduce fall risk, and keep the joy of movement alive well into old age. Which 2 movements will you start tomorrow? Tell me in the comments. I'll reply.